Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are jumping straight into the absolutely wild fantasy world of the Abyss Gate, Rise of the Hollow Mark. Picture this, okay? You're caught in a massive, blinding thunderstorm right above the Blackroot jungle. The wind is howling, rain is coming down in sheets. It is genuinely terrifying. And right in the middle of all this chaos, we meet Kale. He's this young adventurer wrapped in a torn black cloak, just holding a single flickering lantern against the dark. He's traveling with this rough-and-tumble scavenger group, fighting their way through this incredibly hostile terrain. And why? They're looking for just one single lost relic.
Some doors were never meant to open. You know, if you followed enough of these fantasy stories, you know exactly what a line like that means. Things are going to go south and fast. The Blackroot jungle isn't just your average spooky forest. It's a strictly forbidden zone. I mean, literally nobody in their right mind steps foot in here after sunset. From the absolute get-go, the vibe is just drenched in mystery. It's got this super tense cinematic thriller feel that basically screams to us, hey, making it out of here alive? Yeah, that is definitely not guaranteed. And guys, things get weird so fast. As they push forward, it's like the laws of physics just stop working. The path they're on, it physically changes shape. These giant ancient trees actually shift around them, turning the whole jungle into a living, breathing maze. You know that creepy feeling of being watched in the dark? It is cranked up to an 11 right here. Out of nowhere, this silver-haired archer named Lyra steps out of the shadows. She's surrounded by these glowing blue particles, and she just drops this chilling warning. The forest moves when it's hungry.
Part 1. Into the Forbidden Jungle. Deep inside these shifting ruins, the group finally hits their target, a massive, ancient stone gate, just covered in pulsating, glowing symbols. The mercenary leader, Dren, pushes it open, revealing a dark staircase heading straight down into the unknown.
Okay, let's dive into this gauntlet they just walked into. The second they step on those stairs, boom, the trap is sprung. Torches light up the walls all on their own. Then, this little floating creature named Mira pops out of the ether and just flatly announces, "Intruders detected." It is pure chaos from there. First, symbols light up right under their feet. Second, hundreds of stone arrows start firing out of hidden slits in the walls. And third, the floor completely cracks open and an entire army of skeleton warriors rises right out of the ground. Dren and Lyra are instantly fighting for their lives.
But here is the real game changer for Kyle. Right in the middle of dodging glowing arrows and rusty swords, he actually takes a hit from one of the skeletons. But it's not a normal wound. Oh no. This triggers what's called the hollow mark. This pitch-black symbol rapidly spreads up his arm. Then, time itself literally distorts and slows down around him, and this crazy magical interface pops up in thin air saying, "Candidate found." In a fraction of a second, the whole point of this supposed treasure run is completely turned on its head.
Part 2. The Hidden Layer. Right after Kale's shocking transformation, that weird floating creature, Mira, opens up a secret stone wall. Glowing blue light spills out, leading the group completely off the map into an unrecorded, terrifying new layer of the dungeon.
You have to appreciate the staggering contrast here for a second. Up top, in the Forbidden Jungle, it's all raging thunderstorms and shifting paths trying to consume you. But down here in the underground forest, it's honestly breathtaking. We're talking massive glowing mushrooms lighting up these crystal-clear magical rivers, with giant ancient roots hanging majestically from the ceiling. But don't let the pretty lights fool you. That beauty turns instantly deadly when a massive, panther-like shadow beast leaps straight out of the darkness.
The pacing here just redlines. Dren gets completely sidelined by the beast almost immediately. He's badly injured, which leaves Kale totally alone to fight this monster. But thanks to that new hollow mark, Kale suddenly has these insane reflexes, dodging lethal attacks in an absolute blur of motion. After he miraculously survives that, the battered group stumbles into a hidden temple room. And sitting right in the middle is this massive ancient statue wrapped in chained swords. Its eyes snap open, and it just booms out this terrifying prophecy: the Hollow King awakens.
Part 3. Betrayal and Awakening. Just as they're processing that horrifying message, Drain suddenly snatches the glowing relic they came for. He reveals he had planned to betray them the entire time, using the group merely as bait to clear the path. Smirking with the relic tightly in his hand, Dren drops this incredibly harsh reality check. Weak people only exist to open doors. I mean, what a total gut punch, right? After everything they just survived together. But here's the kicker. Stealing that specific relic isn't just a betrayal. It actually serves as the ultimate catalyst, triggering the dungeon's catastrophic final defense mechanism, which instantly leads to pure cinematic chaos.
The relic fully activates right in Dren's hands. Massive cracks spread like spiderwebs across the ancient stone walls. Then, explosive magical energy just rips through the entire chamber. The whole underground dungeon starts violently collapsing in on itself. We're talking massive rocks falling, ancient magic exploding everywhere, and our characters are just sprinting through the ruins, desperately trying not to get crushed.
Now, what's really interesting about this moment is Cahel's reaction. Driven by pure anger over the betrayal, his holomark fully activates. It completely wraps him in this fierce, dark blue aura. Floating symbols swirl around him, and a deep, mysterious voice commands, "Become my successor." Suddenly, Cahel has extreme superhuman speed. He literally summons shadow weapons straight out of the darkness and engages Dren in this massive, high-speed duel right in the dead center of the collapsing ruins. It's a spectacular anime-style clash of revenge.
Part 4. The True Threat. But that intense duel is abruptly cut short when the ground completely shatters beneath him, opening into a massive abyss, and revealing the horrific truth about where they actually are.
Let this sink in for a second. This entire time, we thought we were following a classic treasure hunt, but the story completely flips the script right here. The dungeon was never a treasure vault, it was a prison. Rising up out of that dark underground abyss is a gigantic, ancient armored figure with huge glowing eyes, the Hollow King. The epic scale of this monster reveal makes their petty squabble over a relic look like an absolute joke. They aren't treasure hunters anymore, they are trespassers trapped in a cage.
Completely overwhelmed by the sheer size of the Hollow King, the group makes a frantic, desperate run back up into the rainy Blackroot jungle. As they escape, the dungeon entrance literally collapses and vanishes into the earth behind them. Out of breath, standing in the dark, pouring rain, Kale checks that magical interface on his arm again, and the system message now reads, "Remaining gates, 99. You can just imagine them whispering in absolute horror, "Wait, there are more?"
And as they catch their breath, Lyra notices that Kale has fundamentally changed. His eyes are now glowing a mysterious new color, directly linked to the dungeon's magic. They really thought they just survived the end of a nightmare dungeon run, right? But no, they just stumbled into the beginning of a massive global problem. So, with Kale altered by the holomark and an astounding 99 in these gates left to open, what ancient evil has just been unleashed upon the world? I want you to just ponder the terrifying scale of the Hollow King's remaining prisons. We'll leave you with that to think about until our next explainer. Thanks for joining me.